Now, Travis got bitten by a snake.
I just was warning everybody about not getting bit by snakes, and now I died.
And you just
Nobody to bury me, so
Nope.
there I am somewhere east of Scotts Bluff, just left to rot on the plains. Should you have an attempt? See if you can get further than me?
I guess so. Seeing how Travis died so quickly, I guess it's my turn. I will be, yeah, let's go with a saddle maker. Why not? Let's start off with 5 oxen. Let's go with 86 box of bullets. And I'm gonna take all their wheels, all the axles, all the tongues. Do 1,500 pounds of food. That leaves us with 600 bucks. So let's take, I don't know, 5? Yeah, we'll do that. That leaves us $88. I'm gonna leave in April again. This is the advantage I have knowing the story of this.
Welcome back to Independence.
Welcome back. Now, there were people that would travel east to west as guides, as...
There were some people that started, especially after the gold rush, would take herds of cattle to California every year and then come back. The Santa Fe Trail, people really traded on it year-round, not as much in the winter. Really, the difference with the Santa Fe Trail is that it was a two-way highway. This is more of an immigration trail. Most people were going west. A few people did come back east to the first
hitting the river.
Most likely at the Pappin ferry. The Pappins were Potawatomi and French, and they ran the ferry at what is now downtown Topeka. If you go to the train depot in Topeka, that's about where the ferry was.
Well, fortunately, you made it across the river.
Good work. The Pappins are great with their ferry operation.
Still trucking. Hitting the second river where you lost 75% of your crew and all of your ox.
Oh no.
And we lost the wagon.
We sunk. 3 members drowned.
Ouch.
Wow, this is a really disastrous trip so far. But most people in the 19th century did not know how to swim. Even though it was only 4 foot of water, it's a little of a swift river.
You forded it, right?
I did attempt. I attempted to ford it.
Well, maybe I should attempt to caulk it then. Caulking the wagon being...
You're basically taking the wheels off, sealing the box, and floating it across like a boat.
So let's see what happens if we caulk it across this time.
Probably a better decision so far.
I mean, it's only 50-50 in the game.
Yeah, you made it though.
Hey!
Already doing better than me.
Nobody died, all right.
No oxen lost.
Nor the 75% of the humans I was with.
I didn't like those people anyway, it's fine.
Let them float down the river anyhow.
They were complaining a lot.
A handful of these people who were literate were taking journals and things with them along the way. Oh, we made it to Fort Kearny. We'll come back to the journal questions.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna continue at Fort Kearny. Oh, nope, all right, I didn't need a trade. I just continued on, never mind, didn't even rest. My bad. We're just trucking here.
Yeah,
we got deadlines to beat. We saw what happened last time. We heard the news somehow.
I don't know what the percentage of illiteracy was in the 19th century. What I do know is that not many people kept journals, and of the journals that people kept, not many survived. We know of a few thousand, but some of those journals are very rich in detail, and we can learn a lot from them. There were a lot of letters that went back and forth, places like Fort Kearny, Fort Laramie, Fort Bridger, Fort Hall. You were able to mail back or receive mail. People knew that you were going to be out the trail, and there were people riding out ahead. But now, we're approaching Chimney Rock.
With no snake bites.
No snake bites yet. Really good luck so far.
Decent D20 rolls, all right. Let's trade with some folks at Chimney Rock. Let's see what we got. Well, we don't really need anything. Yeah, we're good, actually. We're just gonna keep going. Because what's gonna be the next spot after Chimney Rock in 1848?
Probably Scotts Bluff is the next major landmark. The Robidoux family had a blacksmith shop set up here at Scotts Bluff, if you were to have a broken wheel or something.
Joey got lost. We lost one of the party.
Looks like you're coming up to Fort Laramie next, which is in eastern Wyoming. Actually built by William Sublette, originally called Fort William. William Sublette being the famous fur trader with the American Fur Company. First person to take wagons over the Oregon Trail in 1830 over South Pass.
Probably need some food because we've used half of it. Let's trade for some food.
Yeah, you're not even halfway down the trail yet.
Can I trade for food here? Pounds of food. Let's try to get 100 pounds of food. Let's say 200 pounds of food. 400 bullets. I have 1,700 bullets.
I think that's a fair trade.
I think that's fair. Oh, we needed some food. How about we hunt for some food? It's the Oregon Trail. We're supposed to hunt, right?
Yeah, you're in the land of antelope now.
Right.
So
nice. So this one's just a mouse.
Look at you got the bison.
We'll just take one
and
bison.
Some squirrels.
The one buffalo will be enough food. Probably shouldn't get too greedy.
Yeah, you don't want to.
You saw what happened with that.
You don't want to drive them to the point of extinction or anything.
God forbid. 275-pound buffalo, and you can only take 200 pounds back, and I used one bullet. I'd say it's rather efficient.
Your strategy is not to use all your ammo, just randomly shooting at the bison you see along the way. Ooh, pick up the pace picante.
Yeah.
Just as he enters the mountains, he decides to go strenuously.
We'll get to him quicker, that way we can spend longer having to fight through
Hey,
him.
it's your wagon train. I'm just here to observe.
We had a fire, 4 sets of clothing, 450 bullets in one axle.
Could you imagine
I already lost an
450
ox a
bullets
couple days
catching on fire all at once?
That would be a very bad day to have the munitions catch on fire. How would wagons catch on fire? We'll come back to that question. We're at Independence Rock now.
So Independence Rock, typically around the 4th of July, you'd rather, today Independence Rock is covered in thousands of immigrant signatures where they've engraved their names into the stone. It's right there on the Sweetwater River. It's the river you're following up to South Pass to go over the Continental Divide. So this is another major monument on the trail, very near a place called Devil's Gate. Really important site related to the Mormon exodus called Martin's Cove. So this is a really historically significant part of Wyoming and the Oregon Trail video game.
Let's talk to some folks here.
Then as now, it's pretty desolate out there.
Right. She carved her name up on the side of Independence Rock near the top. There are hundreds of names up there. The oldest one were carved by mountain men and fur trappers. Famous names like Fremont, Bonneville, and De Smet.
So Fremont, of course, the famous congressionally hired explorer, Bonneville, another one of those. De Smet was a Catholic priest who was spreading religion to the native peoples.
All right, we're trucking along here at strenuous pace, just outside of Independence Rock. May 31st, 1848, heading into June. So we're 2 months into this.
Way ahead of schedule. As I said, 4th of July is a good target to get to Independence Rock, and you were there by June. So here we are. You're at the top of the Rockies. Immigrants didn't really know that they were heading over the pass because it's 20 miles wide. It's a gentle slope, very easy to get wagons over. But they did notice two things: a spring with a stream flowing east and a spring with the streams flowing west, very near to each other. And that's how they knew they had crossed the Continental Divide. That stream flowing west is called Pacific Spring. It's a good place to get Rocky Mountain tick fever or beaver fever. I know 2 people that acquired both right there.
In the 21st century.
Yeah, about 15 years ago while we were filming there. So be careful drinking the water and check for ticks.
Same issues today. Well, let's talk to some folks at the South Pass and see if they say anything. We're going to talk to some natives.
So probably going to meet the Shoshone. The Wind River Reservation is very near there. The Shoshone were there. Chief Washakie was very helpful to immigrants there. He was the chief of the Shoshone at that time. So that's probably who you're talking to.
Well, our chief is sharing with us that when the white men first crossed our lands, their wagons were few. Now they crowd the trails in great numbers. The land is overgrazed with their many animals. Do you white men still live east? My people talk of moving.
And that would become a bigger problem, especially after gold's discovered in 1849 already. You know, the water is being spoiled because people didn't understand germ theory. They didn't know about that, so they're doing their bodily functions in the same water they're drinking, thus giving themselves things like cholera and dysentery. But at the same time, they're overhunting, their livestock's overgrazing, and it's starting to negatively impact the native peoples who live there. So tensions are increasing, hostilities are increasing, and more conflict starts to happen in the next couple of decades.
All right, which way do we want to go? Do we want to go to Fort Bridger to supplies, or do we want to take the shortcut to Green River?
So most people would continue down to Fort Bridger as an opportunity to resupply, but you're going pretty far south just to go north again, and a cutoff existed that could save you a couple days, but it's desert, there's no water, and there's no chance to resupply. So save a few days, take a chance of running out of water and running low on supplies, or take a few extra days and go to the beautiful fertile valley where Fort Bridger sits and add a few days to your trip. That's your choice.
Seeing as we're a month ahead of schedule, I think we can head to Fort Bridger.
Good, we can go see what Jim's up to.
Well, he'd sold it 1848. Had it been sold, or is Jim Bridger in...
I think he's still there.
Oh, Mary's got typhoid. Typhoid Mary's on the journey. It's cool. A day later, we reach Fort Bridger. We'll see, we're gonna rest here. Just let Mary, recover from her typhoid. We'll rest for 3 days.
See how she does. Is she gonna recover? We're gonna have to bury her. I mean, we could just leave her lying on the plains.
I mean, yeah, sometimes they just leave them lying on the plains, let the animals take care of it. Oh, we got Purple Mountains here, Fort Bridger. Look at our wonderful pixel art. John as well again. John had cholera. Oh, okay, John had cholera.
He recovered.
He recovered, there you go. This is during 1848. We have a cholera epidemic at this time.
1848, there's a major cholera epidemic that comes out of India. A ship heads to Ireland. Of course, it's the potato famine, so all the Irish get sick, and they're landing in places like New York, New Orleans. Now you're late 1848, New Orleans is decimated. By the spring of 49, it's in St. Louis. St. Louis is decimated. By 1850, Sacramento is full of cholera, and fully 25% of the people in Sacramento and St. Louis died during those cholera epidemics.
25%?
Yeah.
1 in 4, wow. Yeah, we gotta cross the river. It is 400 feet wide and 20 feet deep. I'm gonna take a ferry.
Yeah, there's a Green River Ferry.
Who was running the Green River Ferry at this time?
Probably Mormons. Yeah, Mormons were running the ferry there. They often called it Mormon Ferry, in fact.
But they can build a good ferry at least. Slow our pace down a little bit. Mary's getting a little exhausted right as I say that. We probably need some food. We only got about 700 pounds of food left. Still got another mountain range to go through.
And you've got the hardest part of the journey ahead of you. You've now crossed the relatively flat plains. You've had a lot of water along the way. Now you're entering deserts, mountains, fewer rivers, more arid environment. It's going to get harder, and it's summertime now. It's going to get hotter.
Yeah, it's now late June. A little toasty according to the game, but we're getting out here towards the Great Salt Lake. And a thief stole 4 oxen from our wagon.
Now you're down to 1. It's going to be hard to pull that wagon with 1 oxen.
Well, let's trade with someone for an oxen near us.
Are you in Salt Lake City now?
No, but I think we can trade with other people in our train for 236 pounds of food. Yes, because we can just hunt more. Let's continue on a little bit, and then we'll hunt. Where are we at? Weather's getting a little rough. It's cloudy out. Let's hunt in these cloudy conditions.
So antelope are harder to hit than the
bison.
I
think food's getting a little scarce out here. It's easy to hit a bison. It's harder to hit a squirrel.
There you go.
There you go.
Found a deer. Now you're going to eat well.
Only 49. That was a small deer. Let's continue on. And Joey was bitten by a snake. Joey's been having a bad time. He had cholera, now he got bitten by a snake. There's no grass for the oxen we have now.
Especially as you enter the salt flats.
Yep.
Grass becomes a major issue. Water becomes a major issue.
Oh, an ox wandered off. We only had the 2. We found him. It only took 3 days.
Good.
3 days to find an oxen on the trail.
You're lucky you found him.
But we were coming up to a small party. Looks like north of Salt Lake. Oh, Joey's bitten by a snake. And Beth has a broken leg. Man, July 16th was a bad day. Oh, we got to Soda Springs.
So now you're in what's now Idaho. Soda Springs is a really neat place to visit. Every hour or so, the geyser goes off there. There's a golf course in the town of Soda Springs today that has wagon ruts right across the golf course that lead down into the reservoir.
Oh, now we're at Fort Hall.
Fort Hall is an important site near Pocatello, Idaho. Fort Hall was one of those important resupply stations. It started off as a Hudson Bay fort and later become a supply fort for the trails. It's today on the Shoshone Bannock Reservation. There's not much left to see. It was an adobe fort. It's largely melted back into the ground. It's a good place to get chomped up by mosquitoes today. So I don't really advise going.
We're running out of clothes for some reason.
Just walk nude into Oregon, I suppose.
They have 1 set of clothing for $20. That is half of our budget left. Looks like we're gonna walk there in our birthday suits.
Up until this point, women were largely wearing dresses. By about 1853, the bloomer came into being. Amelia Bloomer was a suffragette and popularized the wearing of long pants for women.
Well, in 1848, that's when the suffragette movement began with the
they were a few years away from that. But there are diary quotes when people would get to Oregon City of being shocked of seeing women in long pants. Just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. These women are so of the devil or something.
I thought 1848 was the conference, was it not? I'm wrong.
It may have been. But I do know by 1853, thereabouts, bloomers became a popular garment on the trail.
We're hitting fog and we've run out of water.
So now you're following the Snake River, and the problem with the Snake River is it's down deep in a gorge, so it's really hard to get water.
And the trail is impassable. We have run out of water and we are suffering from exhaustion.
You're about 3/4 of the way? Yeah, I mean, there's no turning back now.
It's been 5 days now and
we're find water.
Still no water. Oh, Joey got sick and died. We lost 1. All right, well, we had 5, so statistically, we're right where we should be. We're still running low on water, rough trail. We're what, now middle of August. We're hitting fog. It's the summer.
It's going to get brutally hot there.
John is sick with typhoid and we lost an ox. And we're in fog. I think we used all of our luck in the beginning. We got another sick ox. Man, our oxen are not doing well. We lost an oxen. We should probably slow down a little bit.
A grueling pace will definitely affect your oxen's health. Oxen can travel at about...
We've been at a steady... Oh, we can't slow down anymore. We're at a steady pace.
So you're at 2 miles an hour for your typical oxen. Mules and horses can obviously go faster, but they're not as hardy and they can't eat a lot of the stuff that the oxen can eat in a desert-like environment.
Do I only have 1 ox now? I only have 1 ox now. Oh, that's why he's sick, because he's over... all right, let's see if I can trade someone for an ox on the trail. I doubt it. Nobody's got an ox to spare. This could get
see if
bad.
there's a mule. perhaps a horse.
Your only ox is sick. You must get another ox to continue. Trade for an ox. My only option.
You don't really have a choice.
We lost the trail and there's no grass. All right, cool. We made it all of 3 days, but now we're in September. We are now at the Snake River crossing.
Typically you would cross at a place called Three Island Crossing. Today it's a state park, and it was a very treacherous crossing. It's called Three Island Crossing because in the middle of the Snake River there are 3 small islands. There was a reenactment there, 15 years or so ago, where they were using mules to cross the river, and there was a catastrophe. Wagon capsized, mule drowned. They don't do the reenactment anymore. It was treacherous then, and it's treacherous now. So this is
That was recently that they lost
15 years or so ago. So good luck.
And the river is 1,000 feet wide, but 6 feet deep and very swift. So I feel like if we caulk it, we're gonna...
You could get swept downstream.
But if we...
And
it's
remember,
too deep to ford it. I don't have enough clothes to hire a native guide. Our only option, I guess, is to really caulk it, so... The people behind the camera are literally biting their nails right now. No!
Catastrophe has struck.
Nobody was injured and you recovered all of your supplies. Rolled a nat 20 on that one. No, we didn't. I would have been able to cross it. I would have rolled, actually, that's incorrect. Got a nice recovery save there.
And soon you're gonna come to a place called Farewell Bend. You're gonna say goodbye to the Snake River and you're gonna start crossing the high deserts of Eastern Oregon, and you're gonna come to the Blue Mountains, which are fairly insurmountable. And then you're gonna come to the Cascade Mountains. So you've got a lot of tough trail ahead.
And we are not doing well. We are in poor health and running low on food and in the desert. We're gonna go with some filling meager portions though, since we're... Really, I give you more rations on the first day out, you get bitten by a snake and you get us lost on the trail. Thanks, John.
You're kind of falling behind now. It's getting late in the season.
Yep, first day of fall, September 22nd. We've run out of grass again for the oxen. We're almost to October now.
You are in sagebrush country now.
We've been moving at a steady pace this whole time. We were ahead of schedule. Now we're just kind of...
I mean, coming up on the Blues and the Cascades in October, it can absolutely be blizzards.
And we're running out of food. I'm down to 60 pounds. We're gonna have to hunt again before we get to this fort.
There you go. That'll replenish your supplies.
Whoa, 500 pounds from one bullet. We can only carry 200 of it. And we lost
You're
some
walking the whole way, 20, 25 miles a day. You're probably burning 6,000 calories a day.
Nope, we're stopped. Why did we stop? An ox is sick and we've run out of water.
Oh boy.
I have to get another ox to continue. For $38, that leaves me with 12. What other option do I... No, I'm sorry, that leaves me with $8. And we got bad water and the trail is impossible. And we're hitting Oregon in the middle of October.
And you've got 2 mountain ranges to cross. This is dire.
We were doing so well.
Gotten some of your members of your wagon train to die earlier, you wouldn't be going through so much food.
Wow. Says the guy who didn't even make it past Chimney Rock. Yeah, just kill them off. It's less dead weight to literally to carry with you. It's fine. I don't think there's much out here to hunt. I said that last time when we had a bison walk onto the screen, but...
Don't miss.
What was that?
Got it.
There we go. All right. 37 pounds. Whoa.
You will eat for a day. Go, go, go.
Look, we're just trying to get to the fort. Maybe I can trade something for money. I mean, how often were people getting stuck and just wintering at forts? And
I mean, it happened every now and again. Probably one of the most famous stories is the Mormon Battalion in 1846-47, a Sikh detachment that wintered in Pueblo, Colorado.
Oh, Mary was bitten by a snake. Beth was bitten by a snake. We've got a lot of snakes out here. It's getting cold. They're going after anything that's warm. John died of a snake bite. Oh, and we're down to 19 pounds of food.
Well, John won't be eating his share, so.
Ox died.
Oh no, not another one. You're gonna need some manpower, some ox power to get over these mountains.
Right. Mary is well again. No grass for the oxen. Beth is well again.
The oxen?
There's no grass anywhere. And now she's got cholera. And we're out of food. We are out of food. So what would they start eating in these situations? Shoe leather, tree bark, pine cones?
Absolutely everything, yeah.
There's just
Leaves,
nothing there.
roots, berries you could find.
And I'll give it another couple of minutes. If now we're gonna have to try to just make it to the fort. Now we're in November. We're 10 days into November and we have yet to reach, and Mary died of cholera.
Oh boy.
She died quick, 7th to the 11th, only 4 days.
4 days is kind of a long time.
Is it for cholera?
It can be. I mean, 2 days could.
Wow, I didn't know it was that.
It's a fast acting.
We're in Boise.
Oh, you've just made it to Boise. I thought you were already in Oregon.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
They have no food. Okay.
Get ready to pay high.
I have
price.
$8. Let's see if I can sell stuff, trade stuff. We are not gonna do well here. This is rough. I've got 1 ox, 800 bullets still. Yes, you can have 113 bullets. Can we get an ox? Let's see if we can get an ox. Yes, takes me down to 500 bullets. I got an ox and I got some food. We'll try to hunt outside of the fort, maybe get some more food for ourselves.
There you go. Nailed him.
All right, we got 2 of them. Hey, 500 pounds of food. That was kind of a waste. But hey, we got 200 pounds of food. We're in the middle of November now, and we just got through Boise.
You're in trouble.
Well, it's gonna have to pick up our pace a little bit.
You're gonna hit snow.
Should we go grueling pace? Should we just start booking it?
I mean, I probably would. You're gonna wind up like the Donner Party.
Beth got a broken leg and died 4 days later. Still got 200 pounds of food. We're moving as quick as we can, but we're in poor health. We've run out of grass for the ox.
Now we're coming up.
And a thief stole money. Why are we delayed again? We hit bad water.
Alkali water was a real problem out there.
Alkali water? Mm-hmm. Just picking up all the sediments and everything.
Yeah, it's all salt.
Oh boy, 1 more mountain range. It's now December.
You've got 2 more mountain ranges.
2 more mountain
Cascades
ranges
after this one.
And it's December.
He's in Oregon.
Oh, I'm the only one alive. I didn't realize that. It's just me now. Everybody else in my party has died. I mean, I still have 170 pounds of food and 2 ox. It's just me. Do we go to Fort Walla Walla or do we take a shortcut?
At this point, I'm going to the Dalles. So at this point, Walla Walla is obviously in Washington. You can get resupplied there.
I caught a fever.
And the Dalles are where you make that decision to take the Barlow Road, which is the trail over the mountains, or build a raft and float down the Columbia River, which in those days wasn't dammed up and had waterfalls on it. So you'd have to portage around the waterfalls or risk drowning. So that's a decision you have to make when you get to the Dalles.
Well, apparently we got bad water, so I don't even think drowning is going to be an option for us, because we've been delayed a week due to bad water.
Well, you're coming up to Mount Hood. It's about to get dire.
No water again. And I'm suffering from exhaustion, but we're in snow now. We have changed to snow. And I died. So in case you're wondering, 2 Oregon Trail historians could not make it through the Oregon Trail Deluxe game.
To be fair, I haven't played in 40 years, so.
No, I haven't played since Mrs. Haller's 3rd grade class at Willowdale Elementary.
I think I've got a box of CD-ROMs of these games in the office. I could probably, if somebody in the comments wants a CD-ROM version.
On that note, thank you all for watching. We are filming here at one of our sponsors, Hickory Union Moto, here in Kansas City, Kansas, for once. Normally we're on the Missouri side. Please remember to like and subscribe. We are a membership-based nonprofit. If you would like to support us, please think of joining one of the local chapters, one-time donations, like and subscribe. All that fun stuff is just the easiest way you can support us and help us continue
goofing off playing video games.
Preserving history in the Oregon Trail. Thank you. You should probably remember that as my job. Anyways, see y'all next time.